You have a 2007 on an 07 registration, Volvo B12B Plaxton Paragon 53-seat coach. So we are at Johnson's, Henley and Arden, this afternoon, looking at this, I'm going to guess, without looking, but I will double check, probably one owner from new, Volvo Plaxton from the associated Whittles coaches fleet of Kidderminster. Exactly what you'd expect, pretty much, for an 18-year-old vehicle. Little bits of work on the body. You can see, obviously, the trim's been riveted on the stretch panel. That locker's obviously new. You know, she's not going to be mint at this age, but the good thing about a Plaxton of this age, she's stainless steel, so she won't be seeing a lot of rot. Looking at her, she's very well shod. I would say she's recently had new tyres all round, so that's a big tick. Possibly new wheels as well, looking at them. Under the bonnet, I never checked, but I can't see an AdBlue flap. I'm going to say Euro 3, 12 litre, 420 horsepower Volvo engine. This is on the cusp age-wise of Euro 3 and 4. That's why I'm looking for the AdBlue flap. I should have looked before I started. Very unprofessional of me, I do apologise. Anyway, it's driven through Volvo's 12-speed automated I-shift gearbox. Back down the near side, again, bodywork similar, odds and sods of little superficial marks. Winner, this was built as a 53-seater, therefore, no interruptions in the lockers, all clear luggage space. Why do I say winner? Well, when you see inside, something needs to be done one way or the other, and that will help. We've got an in-swing entrance door, which at this age it's a school coach, isn't it? It's a contract vehicle. That means handbrake off and off you go. No waiting for a plug door to come in. That's a bonus. Anyway, as we jump on board, we've got 53 Esteban reclining seats. Let's be honest, they're not great, but they are original. And when I reveal the mileage, you'll understand these have seen a lot of arses. Right, so the seats are great. Not so much the maquette, it's the leather look. The piping's gone, some of the headrests are cracked. For me, there's no sort of trying to make it right. For me, it needs a trim. Right, it don't need a flash trim, it just needs some blue maquette that might have a bit of red in to match the curtains, and away we go. Okay, don't need all, it just needs a trim. I think that curtain should go there. Again, I'm splitting hairs, we're forgetting about the age of the vehicle. You know, there's just a lot of not great elements. The seats just, everything else about this coach for me is great. B12B Plaxton, love it. In-swing door, great. Stainless steel, great. Bodywork, it's alright. You know what I mean? For its age, it's going to have bits and pieces. Seats just kill it. Needs trimmed, or, although for me, it's probably getting a long, if you've got a set of seats, great. But for me, it's probably getting a bit long in the tooth to do this, 70-seated. Or, if you do retrim it and you find 2 more seats, this would make a great 57. So for me, I'm looking at internal potential. I mean, you can run it as it is, earn a bit of money over the winter, rag it up for the summer. You know, there's 1 or 2 of the windows that the units have gone, but they're not horrible. You know, you could look at that and think, you know what, somebody's not cleaned that properly. But, you know, there's a couple. We're fully air conditioned. It's a Thermo King system. It is working because it's nice and cool on here. It might not look hot outside, but it's a bit clammy. We're wired for DVD. We've got 1 fixed monitor at the front. As I said, it's a contract motor. The driver's seat is just, well, that's just gone. They've had to cover it up, look. So, for me, and I have priced it accordingly. I see this vehicle, if it was in good condition, early 20,000s. It's going to be in the high teens, because I'm thinking in my head, you've got that money to spend to sort the inside out. Dash is fine. Obviously, you've got the wood trim to the dash. That'll be original. That's showing signs of wear. It is what it is. We've got to remember the age. Mileage, it's getting up to the million. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. The amount of bums that are sat on here explains why the seats are like they are. And I know I'm focusing on that, but I'm trying to, you know, I like doing the good, the bad and the ugly. Front glass is good. Obviously that one over the driver's window's gone. Is that the end of the world? Probably not. But it'll do a school contract. And it'll do a bit of private hire in between. And you've got Volvo Plaxton reliability. Some might balk at that. It's just my opinion. But for me, I think externally she's fine. Internally, it's just the seats. What I would do, would a 70-seater? I think she's too old. What I would do, I'd try and find two pairs of Esteban seats that match. I would chuck it in for a retrim. Don't go fancy with leather piping and all that. Just cloth on the seats in blue. If you can get something with a bit of red in, even better. Or the other way around, red with a bit of blue in, so it matches. And I'd have a nice tidy 57-seater to do a contract, a bit of private hire, you know, and you shouldn't have any issues being what it is. You know, I've just recently sold 25-year-old ones of these with 70 seats in, and there's still plenty of life in them. So to recap, I've got a pair of these. It's a 2007 on an 07 Volvo B12B Plaxton Paragon 53-seat coach.